Yeah, I love the first statement there. I think there is a lot of interest of kindred spirits when it comes to servant leadership. He mentions two very interesting words: adaptive. I mean, just in the last year and a half with COVID-19, have we had to be adaptive? Have we? Everybody's life has been impacted by this. And has there been change? Yes. So now you put those two together, and how do you be adaptive every day and change every day when we as human beings don't like to change? We don't like change. And I think in this world of having to change every day, it becomes more and more important for leaders to meet people where they are, to meet them where they are. Because I think the best way to bring people together is to help them understand people don't like change. They don't like to be forced into adapting to the world around them. Nobody liked what went on with COVID. I mean, look at the discussions about masks and vaccines and we don't like it. We want our freedom. But what's best for that life? I keep coming back to what's best for that life. Not your life, for that life. And there's a lot of decisions and discussion goes into what's best for that life. We have a saying at Servant Leadership Institute that our job is to help people through the unfolding of their lives' events. And I can't tell you how many people we've helped through that process in events in their life that are challenging, that have nothing to do with work. Nothing. And people go through struggles. We've had young couples lose babies. We've had families lose family members. We've had people who are on the last part of their life. A gentleman a long time ago, he fought cancer very bravely. He wanted to continue to work. And we set up a computer in his home to let him work when he felt good enough to work. And his family told me at his memorial service, we went over to the house and they got me aside and said, Art, you really have to understand what it meant to Mike to be treated that way. He said, you gave him a reason to get up and do something that day. Now, he may have only been able to do it for an hour, but you gave him a reason to get up. And what did it cost us? It cost us a computer. Now, you may have people in your life that's struggling. You may have parents that this time of year right now is a difficult time for parents. And you go, well, why is it so difficult, Art? I said, because kids are going back to school. Kids are new teachers, they're new friends. September is a stressful month for parents. So September is not the month to do a major change in your company. If you have a lot of parents in your company, think about when you ask people to change and how it impacts their lives. So a young lady, had a miscarriage. And we were fortunate to be by her side and help her through that. And, after a while, I said, you know what? You now have a responsibility because you've been through something horrible. You've experienced this horrible pain, but you know what it's like to do that. You now can help people get through that challenge in their life. So use that to help people. She's a great servant leadership on the East Coast now. Very proud of her. And I'm not going to mention her by name, but she knows who I'm talking about. And if you're listening, keep up the good work because she has turned into a great servant leader. So I could go on and on with stories, etc. It's worth the journey. And don't get hung up on calling it servant leadership. You can call it adaptive change. You can call it, some people like to call it different things. They get hung up on the word servant. It doesn't matter what you call it. Just treat people with dignity and respect. and let your behaviors do your walking for you instead of your mouth. And you're gonna find kindred spirits out there. A lot of you have been to our conferences. We had to stop those, and we're glad we did because of COVID. We would have lost a lot of money in 2020 if we had decided to have that conference that year. We were led not to have a conference that year. But our conferences were all about getting kindred spirits together and getting people together so they can see that they're not in this walk by themselves. And that's what our conference was all about. Wasn't to make money. We just wanted to bring like-minded people together. So anyway, I've got a little extra on this one because you can see I'm a little bit passionate about this, but meet people where they are. And find the kindred spirits, and don't get hung up on servant leadership versus whatever you want to call it. I know people don't like change, and the best way to help them through that change, meet them where they are and help them and add value to them, and you'll be surprised at what happens. Yeah.